tell me about Kickstarter. Why is Kickstarter so helpful for new creatives and current creatives? Why is that community such a great community?
It's a great community because it helps you not only connect with people, but get your ideas out there. And you can start with just, some cover art and just a few pages and, a very well-written synopsis of what your book's about. And you can go out there and reach people that are into whatever you're putting out there. And you don't have to finish a project to start a Kickstarter. The goal of Kickstarter is to get the funding to finish it. So that's amazing. So put your idea out there, people gravitate towards it, you get money to finish your project, maybe even finish another project as well. So it's a really cool concept.
Kickstarter, a large part of it is that you have kind of a captive audience. You have people who are there looking for something along the lines of what you're doing. So that winnows down the problem of how to get exposure, how to get people to pay attention to you. It's helpful mostly, I have to say, for people who already have some body of work, some credentials that they can cite as why you should back their project, or they may be fans of yours already. In my case, I was a freelancer writing for other people's RPGs for 15 years or so before I started Ramen Sandwich Press. I started with Last Unicorn Games' Dune RPG, writing some stuff that never got published for various reasons. There's a long story. I worked for Alderac Entertainment Group on their D20 Topics series of open source supplements, open game license supplements back during D&D 3. I also worked for them for a while as line developer for Legend of the Five Rings RPG. And through that, I was able to build up a body of credentials where people didn't necessarily know my name. In fact, I don't think anybody really recognized my name when I started on Kickstarter, but I could say I worked on this and this and this and this and this, and they would say, oh, hey, yeah, I remember that. So if you were associated with that, I have an idea that you're capable of doing this. And that really helped my establish my credibility and helped me grow a modest fan base. I do have a modest following, I have to say. I'm very pleased to be dealing with all of them, and I'm grateful for all of them. People who have come back and backed every single campaign. I've done almost 20 now. It's been great. It's been great just to have that baseline of support where you know people are going to pay attention to you, and you have people who know who you are, and they'll come back and back your subsequent projects.
So Kickstarter is amazing because you're talking about a group of people that want to support artists and help us make the things that we want to make. And so the community is wonderful just because it is full of so many supportive people that are willing to spend money on projects. And I, as an author, this was my very first Kickstarter. I got to produce books I want to see produced. So I did a hardback that's a leatherette with foil, fancy edges, colored art, and a dust jacket that's also foiled, all for a fantasy book that people were excited to see. So I love fancy books, and it also allows me to not start off thousands of dollars invested without really hope of seeing that return for a couple years.
So I did kickstart this one, Aether Cross. So it's the second book in the Rise of Lilith series. And the cool thing about this was my exploration into Kickstarter. But I was able to hire an artist to do special chapter headers because I got reader engagement through Kickstarter. So here's some of the different illustrations you can see. And that was a fabulous experience. So I'm actually about to launch my next Kickstarter, which is going to be a special edition hardcover with foil of The Last Descendant, of new full-color dust jacket, black laminate case with the foil inlay, sprayed edges. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous, and I can't wait to get it out there. So that'll be coming soon. I actually have the pre-launch page up already, so if you were to go to Kickstarter and search for The Last Descendant, it should pop right up for you.
Because you did one already, why is Kickstarter such a friendly community, and why do you like now using Kickstarter?
Because it lets us reach those fans who truly love books and reading and the experience of having beautiful collector's editions and supporting the indie author community. I think it's a very unique ecosystem in that you get these people who truly fundamentally love what we do and are willing to support us and help us achieve the most beautiful possible books, highest quality we can possibly bring out into the world. And it gives, again, that little bit more experience for readers. You can get extra bonuses. You can get an inside peek. One of my highest tiers is I offer a one-on-one Zoom conversation for an hour with a reader. So if you have questions about writing or publishing or the books or anything, like, I can meet with you on Zoom and do that. Where in the more traditional method of publishing, it's behind a wall, right? You've got the publishers, you're either going through Amazon, or if you have a traditional deal, you're going through the publishers. Maybe you get to do some signings, and that's pretty cool, but you don't get to have that same engagement and experience with the readers who I believe are sharing in the creation of that book. Because I write it, but when you're reading it, you're changing the perception of those words on the page. You're importing your own perspective on that. And so it's a collaboration rather than a pure single person creation.